there, welcome to the Teen Year Tinkers channel. I make ball joint adult and craft related content. I haven't done like a chatty customization in eons. I typically do my customizations over on Main, but I have like a weird little personal project to do, kind of. It's like a half personal project. Anyways, my kids are in a local production. They do like theater and stuff, but they're in a local production of the Addams Family musical. And I'm donating a doll for like a prize to help fundraise for their like theater group. Anyways, but I'm going to be turning this little Gael doll. I'm just going to quick customize her, a little more makeup, wig, etc. And she's just going to be like a little Wednesday Addams, obviously with like spiky ears, but you know. But that's basically what we're doing today. And I figured we could just hang out and work on that. All right, so the first thing I've got to do is make her a wig. I don't particularly want to use this one because I'm going to be painting this one a little more. So I guess I'll just steal one of my Gaels off the wall. Just take her little wig off because I have to make like a dark wig. This is the first time I've made a BJD for something that wasn't like an actual like BJD convention or something, like as a donation. But it was funny because I told them I make dolls and they were like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, I showed them, I was like, okay, so when we were talking about building props and stuff, because I'm like really into doing that kind of stuff with them too, and sets and stuff. It's one of those things where you forget when you're like always in the world of doll collectors and like BJD collectors and artists, and people having like, I mean, like, I get it, they're expensive, they're collectors, and like the bar is very high for what people accept in the hobby. But it's one of those things where like you step outside of the hobby for a second, and I'm pretty sure it's like this with most like art forms. Yeah, for example, if someone doesn't play guitar or something, then even if you play like something that might not seem difficult to you, people who don't play guitar will hear it and be like, wow, it's so beautiful. And it's kind of like that with other art forms too. I think as artists, we all get really hard on ourselves sometimes. And it's one of those things where it's like, we all, I think, are hard on ourselves because we're holding ourselves to the standards, or like comparing. That's what it is. Comparison with other artists. I'm going to do the wood glue cap method, even though realistically I would like to get this done today. I might just have to finish the wig tomorrow. We'll see. But it's also like pretty early. So if I do this now and I do her outfit, her shoes, and her face up, but it's not even the full face up. It's like just adding to this face up. Shoes are going to be a pain. I have shoe bases. I think I'm just going to do like penny loafers, or try to. I don't think I've ever actually made a successful penny loafer, but maybe I'll actually look at the tutorial and try and do that. The best shoes I've made so far are like sock boots, but I'm pretty sure Wednesday wears, well, it depends on the version of Wednesday, but this like, it's black and it's got a pattern on it. I'm not sure which version it's from, but I'll probably look up the different Wednesday versions and see which one our costume is referencing and use that. It's got like the Peter Pan type collar. It's black, like more dark gray than black, but I'm like, am I gonna hand paint the pattern? I don't know. I don't know how detailed we need to get. I like, theater was one of those things where it was like, I always thought it would be fun to get into, but I never really did. Like, I always liked to sing, but I'm not a very good singer. Like, but I still do it because I like it. I used to do like school plays and stuff, and I always did really well because I don't know, as anxious as I get in front of groups, I can also kind of like, I'm anxious for like a couple minutes and then I kind of get over it. Like once I'm kind of warmed up, I'm good to go kind of deal. But I never really got into it. The schools I went to didn't really have anything. I was on my school's improv team, which was a lot of fun. Now I'm having a lot of fun because my kids are both really into it, and so I'm like getting to like hang out with like the theater group they do, and it's also nice because it's like hard to make in-person friends as an adult. Why is that so hard, by the way? I painted these like frames, like picture frames on a wall, because it's like the Addams Family, like their living room, I guess. It's like a gallery wall. And I just painted out this gallery wall, but I left the frames like empty with like a black background. And then I drew all these random like quick paint, like creepy paintings of the Addams Family. And that was fun. I have to put the rest of those up today because the shows start going tomorrow at the time of filming. Okay, so glue, we're just gonna put her aside to dry. Okay, girly pop. So the dress goes like just past her knees, so we're gonna go a little bit longer than that so I can account for the hem. It's like a shirt dress that buttons down the front. It's not like a skater dress. And there's some like side seams, but I don't want to like have to make it super bulky, so I'm gonna probably superficially do like the shirt seam things. Okay, and she also has like black socks. I'm thinking I might just make the sock shoes because she has like the shoes and the socks, and I can just make it all one and save myself like the freaking hassle. Like there's the bases, because then I can just use the black, like that same black, and just make a couple, like a pair of socks, like double thick socks, and make that the shoe. I guess a kind of interesting thing is how I'm going to make the fake seams. So the front seam with the buttons, I've got the fabric facing the wrong way, so the front pieces are folded onto the inside, and like the inside of the garment is this way. I'm going right down the middle, and I'm just going to add like seam down the front and then flip it over and then top stitch it, and it's going to look like a couple millimeters. But I'm going to flatten this piece in the middle now. I'm just going to use my hair straightener, because like the one I use for my wigs. So from the front, with a little seam, I'm going to add some top stitching to make it look like a more tailored shirt than it really is. Kind of starting from where the shoulder meets the neck. And then flaring out a little. So that makes it look a lot more impressive than it is when it's just like an over-the-head t-shirt dress. Alright, I'm going to do the side ones in the back, not this one, because that would be the button part, but I'm going to add the same seams to the back now. I made the sleeves extra long. It's like a thing I like to do. I hope other people like it, but you can scrunch them. But I also like when the sleeves hang over the hands a little bit. I don't know. I think it's really cute. And I added elastic into the back so that it would like stretch over her head, but then like stretch and like fit her at the waist. I just realized I have to stitch the edge in white first. The wig cap looks like it's already starting to dry though, so I'm hoping to be able to do that, like put the hair on in like 2 hours, which would be good. It gives me time to finish the face up and make the shoes. She already has blue eyes. I'm considering going in and just making like some quick brown ones because I just feel like the dark eyes would look nicer. I remember I used to hand stitch like all my dolls' clothes, and it took so long, but it was like the same way I knit most of the time now, where it's just like, oh, this is a nice relaxing thing to do, versus like, we must produce clothes.
I'm also at the point with doll clothes making for my own dolls that, like, they have enough, like, I would say, like, 8 out of 10, like, quality, don't bleed, detail type clothes that I'm like, I want to make, like, stupidly detailed pieces, even if it takes, like, an insanely long time, like, for my own dolls, because I cannot justify that for, like, full sets if I'm, like, hand stitching parts and stuff, and a pair of jeans takes me, like, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. Can't exactly justify that, but for my own dolls, to give them, like, crazy cute clothes, I think that's something I would like to start doing. There's a pair of jeans I really want to make, so I might try that, where it's, like, different textures of black, so it's like denim, but then maybe like pleather, and then maybe some like netting, like mesh, and like paneling, and or you almost have to you almost have to make the fabric before you ever put the jeans together, if that makes sense. I also kind of want to look into getting one of those fabric printers, or like, I don't know, they're so expensive, but I know you can get, like, I tried getting the iron-on transfers and then making stuff out of that, and I think it would work for things like jackets that can be stiffer, but I was hoping to make, like, leggings, and that's definitely not going to work because it makes them way too, like, plasticky. So I attached it with the black thread, which I've left attached, and I have a second needle, and I'm just going to top stitch the collar to kind of, like, stay in a correct position. That means the dress is basically done. Actually, this is stupidly the nicest collar I've ever done, I think, and I'm definitely going to have to do it like this again. So typically I would try and stitch it, like, I've been trying to, like, make the collar a separate piece and, like, hem it so, like, there's no frayed edges, and then try and stitch that to the dress. But it's always been, like, too bulky and it looks weird, or it's, like, fraying, and depends on the fabric, of course, but this has worked very well. I still am going to try and look for some, like, miniature collars that I can just, like, have and just keep, like, a bunch of little doll collars around, because I love them and I hate making them, even though this one turned out nice. I think I did add the buttons to the dress. I didn't like the way the buttons look, so I just used these, like, little half bead button things I have, and I just super glued them on there. I don't know, I think that looks way nicer than the buttons I had. They look too big because it's so small. And I made, these are inside out, but I made the socks for the sock boots. I'm just gonna turn them right side out. There we go. I'm going to hot glue these down initially, which is what I always do, and then I use super glue to kind of really seal it on there. Just a little sock. I need to make more socks too. I should just go on a sock making spree. Socks and underwear for my dolls. Oh my god, they have none. I'm always so busy making clothes that I'm like, you don't really need underwear. And I'm like, then they wear skirts. I'm like, maybe not even, like, just underwear, like maybe some bloomers. Also, these fit so perfect. Like, how did I even manage? I'm also tempted to hot glue the wig onto the head because, again, the person who gets this is probably not, like, a BJD person. I just don't want the wig to fall off and them to think it's broken because they don't understand or whatever. I think I am just going to glue the eyes in. Again, this is not for a BJD person. And that way, if it does so happen, they can take it out. Like, it's just hot glue. And the eye's tiny enough. Let's check my eye bases. I made these jars, like, for the craft sale, and I made 2 sets, and I only sold 1 set. So I just have kept the other one for myself. And I just store, like, my eyes and stuff in it. I need some, you know what I don't have is a freaking black pan pastel.
Why don't I have that? I don't know. What is this weird hair? I can't believe I don't have a black pan pastel. Can you even just buy single? I'm sure you can buy single pan pastels. I just never have. I'm sure I've got like I've got this super dark brown though, and a white, so I can like pale up her face in the right spots. All right, and then there's the edited face up. I've also glued the shoes down, so I'm going to paint the bases out black too, and then I'm going to spray all of that. All right, I have the outfit done. I think everything but the wig pretty much at this point is done. So I'm just gonna put the outfit. I feel like the dress is like too long, low-key, with the boots, but it does kind of just look like tights, so it might be okay. I don't want to make new shoes, because they're just over the knee, and otherwise the dress would be pretty short, and like none of the dresses are that short. But kind of like that. I think it's quite cute. Collar is a little on, but that's okay. And then I have the face up and the eyes, which I really like. My baby. Oh my god, she's so cute. And she's so sturdy. I almost want to make her like a little thing. Do you know what I mean? Like for her shoulder. Wouldn't that be cute? Literally, it would just be a teeny tiny hand. I probably have a spare and I can just like paint it like a bit stumpy. Oh, I bet you I do have that. But I think this wig is also, like, I think I can take this off now. I'm like just putting on the thinnest amounts because I don't want her bangs to be like super blocky and thick, but I want them to like cover the wig cap a little bit. To like pull the hair off in between layers. It's so icky. Okay. Look at these beautiful bangs. So wispy. Right up to the line of the bangs. I like how these videos always start as me like, let's talk about what's been going on. Let's chit chat. And then I'm like, I get distracted by my own project. I'm like, let's just do a step-by-step on what I'm doing, but I'm not showing it properly, so it's not exactly a tutorial. So, you know, I just get so fixated on the thing I'm making that I'm like, this is what I want to talk about now, and it's like, that was not the original point. But what was the original point? I guess I was just like, excited about making like a quick little custom for my kids' theater group. That was basically like the whole point. Like, oh my god, oh my god, it looks like in horror movies, like when people get their hair ripped out, or it's like acid that's like maybe very graphic, but like where acid is like melting, or like radiation, you know what I mean? Like it's giving radiation poisoning. It's not cute. But also like the play being in the fall, and then it's Addams Family, it's like Halloween-y. Like maybe she did get radiation burns. I don't know. Maybe Wednesday's just having like the worst day of her life. Like Gael Wednesday. Gael. Okay, and then I don't need to put hairs all the way through her head. I just have to make it like, how to explain it? Like, so it pulls down. All right, I've got the wig pretty well done. There's like, I can't find my freaking cat brush, but there's like a little knot at the end of this I'm gonna have to comb out, but let's take this off.
And then, oop, 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 oop. Oh my god, she's so cute. Okay. Okay, but like, why do I low-key want to keep her? Oh my god. Remind me to please make myself one of these. Like, look at Wednesday Gael. I can't. She's so cute. Her hair's a little puffy right there, but she's so cute. Oh my god. Alright, well, this was a fun little project. I'm fully in love with her and a little upset. And like, you know, just a little upset that I don't get to keep her. But I mean, the good news is I made her, and if I really decide, I can make another one. But yeah, for now, thanks for watching. If you're already subscribed, thanks so much for subscribing. If you're new here and like the content, I hope you consider subscribing. As always, I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.